All this week, Fox 28 News is taking a close look at violence in our community. Last night, we showed you a grassroots effort to combat violence and different groups forming to try and solve the problem.
Tonight, we examine one possible cause of it. It is a worry nationally debated and can be frustrating for families struggling for help.
Fox 28 News reporter Dora Miller takes us through the journey of mental illness and the effects it can have on a community.
Nationally, we've heard the cries for help when mental illness isn't treated. When the effects of mental illness hits close to home, it awakens a new level of awareness. Joan Becker's son is a byproduct of the agony of mental illness.
So here's a young man who was tormented from little on and very frightened of that finally then snapped and stepped over the line from reality to unreality.
That was June 2009, when Mark Becker shot and killed Appleton-Parkersburg High School football coach Ed Thomas while going through a psychotic episode.
When Mark did this, I believe with my true heart that yes, he was insane. There's no doubt in my mind. I really didn't expect a jury who knows nothing about mental illness to understand that, but that's okay.
What's not okay, she says, was the struggle she faced trying to get her son help from the beginning.
It's not the individuals that work within that system that are the problem. It is the broken mental health system as a whole that's the problem.
Mark is spending the rest of his life in prison, but Joan says her son is an exception.
Very few individuals, if you look at the whole percentage population who have mental illness, ever result in a serious tragedy.
When we think of mental health, I think lots of times mainstream society goes to the worst case scenario.
Tanya Hodgkin, a clinician at Tanager Place, says other factors can contribute to violence.
Lots of times when people struggle from early childhood experiences that were traumatic or involved, some kind of abuse or some kind of adverse experience, that lots of times that can change the way a child's brain develops.
A 14-year-old accused of killing another teenager in Cedar Rapids still leaves people shocked, but Hodgkin says rash decision-making can also be attributed to age.
When we look at the teenage brains, those things are not exactly what we call firing or wiring together in a way that helps them make healthy decisions 100% of the time.
The issue is it's not as challenging as it is in some communities to find and be eligible for resources. The dilemma is coordinating them.
Ann Greenwald works with Four Oaks, a child welfare agency.
With violence, it's really an eroding of hope. It's people feeling as though they aren't getting the support they need.
We take care of animals better than we're taking care of some of our individuals with mental illness, and it's wrong. And until we can get legislative support all the way up to the governor to help with this issue, we're not going to get changes to take place.
Covering the corridor in Cedar Rapids, Dora Miller, Fox 28 News.
Tomorrow night, we take a look at how jobs, housing, and poverty can correlate with violence. We'll also explain what experts say the city should do to prepare for changes.